So now we finished with creating section A. We need now to create section B. So to create section B, again, click on quizzes. Once you click on quizzes, it's going to open a page. And when it opens a page, you will see already it has shown you the quizzes that you already prepared. Section A is here. MCQs are ready. It has been given 30 points and is made up of 18 questions. So now we want to add section B. So we click on plus quiz. And when we click on plus quiz, it opens up this page. It is similar to what we also saw in the other. Now we want to give it a title. And the title for this is section B. And depending on your department, remember the A and B, the content in the A and B will change and vary. So in section B, we are saying for, in this case, if this was my exam, these are essays. Now once you type your title, come to this area. Remember this area, written quiz instructions. This is where you put your instructions. So for example, my instructions here are, this section has 3 essays. Select and answer only one of your choice. Only one of your choice. So there are, sorry, only 2. Let me make it 2. Select only 2. So they are selecting only 2 and the system, and I can underline there. So the instructions will come here for the section B. Remember, if you are doing an essay and you've decided to give them 2 options, if it is you want them to do only 1, then you give them 2 and they select 1. So the next thing also, you just come down here. Make sure this is reading, it's graded. Come down. Don't bother with shuffling answers because the answers here have no marking scheme. It is you who will mark these. Create a time. Remember in our first exam, it was, we gave it 60 minutes if I wasn't wrong. So if I divide, if it was 2 hours, the next other 60 minutes are going to be spent here. Now, I don't want also to allow multiple attempts. It's just one. The students should see what they are typing. I need to unclick this. I don't want them to see any correct answers afterward. And also here, we are saying we want them to see only 1 question at a time. So the critical areas, when after setting your instructions here, is to ensure the grade is there, ensure the time has been set, and this you determine from the balance from the section A. Ensure that here, that students can be able to see what they are typing for themselves. 2, that you're only showing 1 question at a time. Now having done that, remember this section here, we said leave this section here. It will be populated by the registrar's office on the day of submitting the exam. That is because it has to correspond to the timetable and how it has been allocated. So now once we do that, remember this quiz or this exam section B is empty. So now we need to create the questions. So what do? You come here. Next to settings, you'll see this. This is where we want to be. So click on questions. Now when you come on questions here, remember, this is also where the magic is happening. The mixing, the shuffling, all of it is happening at this point. So we want to set those criteria on how the system is going to pick an essay. So what do? You come here to new question group and click on new question group. Remember, like the other time, I'm saying I want the first batch of essay, which must be identified as first batch. I only want 1 essay, and that 1 essay will be given 20 marks. And where is it getting the first essay? I'm linking it to a question bank. So click on link question bank, and I want my first essay to come from lecture 1, if that was an example. Okay, so let me go back. Okay. All right. Okay, so the question bank has opened. Now what do I want to do? This time, remember, I want essays. So I want to pick only 1 essay, for example, from here. 1 essay from there. So I click here, there are 2, but I only need 1 from there. So I tell it pick 1, and I ask it to select. Then remember to come here after that to click create. So what has it done? what you've done to the system, okay, go back to quizzes, seems to have disappeared. Okay, so what now it has done is that you have given instructions to the computer that on the day of the exam, go to lecture 1 essay question bank. When you go to that bank, please pick only one question from there, and when you pick that one question, award it 20 marks. So now our MCQ section has 20 marks, but if the MCQ is supposed to have 40 marks, we still need another MCQ and another one so that they have a choice among the 3 to pick. So what do? You create a new question group and call it my second batch of question, which I label as 2. I also wanted to pick one essay, but this time the essay that is being picked has to be picked from another question bank. So I link it to a question bank and tell it, for example, go to lecture 10 essays. The bank called lecture 10 essays, that one has 0, so let me not pick it. It will not give me anything useful. Let me go to another lecture 8. Let me go lecture 8 essays, which has 5. So you see here, there are 5 questions. But what am I telling it? On the day of the exam, go to this bank. Out of the 5, only pick one question and give the student randomly. So select whatever you want from there, make sure it's only one, and give to the students. After that, what do? You create the group. So now we have 2 essays. One will come from lecture 8 and another one will come from lecture 1. But remember, we need to provide 3 and then they select 2. So we another come and another new question group and call it our third batch of question. And we also telling it pick one essay, and the essay of course awarded 20 marks. And where is the essay? It is linked to a question bank called, let's say, lecture, I have done lecture 1 and lecture 8, so now I want to go to lecture 5 if there's an essay. If not, I can look for another bank with, I have done lecture 1 and 8, I can pick lecture 10 essays, it's here. So there are also 5 essays there, but when you go there, remember to create the group. So now look, this is the instructions to the computer. On the day of exam, go and pick the first batch of question, only one question, give it 20 marks, get it from lecture 1 question bank. The second question, pick it from lecture 8. The third question, pick it from lecture 10. And once you've done that, remember to save. You need to save. So now there it is. Our section B is ready. We have created the section. It is showing us the section B says there are the instructions, those are the marks. Here, even if you were to if you wanted to edit anything that you missed here, all you do is click on edit and you can edit anything there. Now you may want to preview and see how to look like. So what you do is click on preview, and when you click on preview, it brings you this. It shows you these are the 3 questions, and the student will also have these. The first question is that it has picked. And the second question that it has picked for the student is this one here. And the third one that it has picked is that question from the question bank. So they are all here, and the student can decide, let me start with 1 and we'll see what 1 has, and look at 2 what 2 has, and look at 3 what 3 has, then decides which one is going to pick and start doing the exam. Now that is how you will create the 2 sections of the exam. So as you see here now, it is telling you that I have created the exam with section A and B. This one has 30 marks. This one is saying 60 marks, but observe, the 60 is because there is a third question. But the third question, the marks will be ignored in the final tallying of marks, so that there is only 40 marks. So it has picked here 3. Each one of them it is awarded 20 marks. But in the final tallying and reporting, you'll have to report for the 2 essays out of 40. So that's the important thing. And at that point, you will have created the quiz. Now remember, The quiz cannot be administered to the students as it is here. We need to put it now into the module, and that is where we are going. How to create now a module out of these two quizzes we've created.